Man accused of killing a father in Imperial Beach will be in court tomorrow, but it's the crime scene that's making news.
10 News reporter Travis Rice explains neighbors aren't happy with what's happening to the site.
Some people knew him around here.
Almost a week later, people still stop by this makeshift memorial to see who's it for.
They knew him as a father. You know, he had kids.
Ricardo Salas was gunned down here in Imperial Beach last Tuesday.
I mean, he was just in the wrong, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Salas' accused killer has been caught, but folks are still talking about the crime for other reasons.
I think that one is probably the worst over here.
Julian Cortez says the neighborhood's still mourning, but worried about the graffiti that's popped up since the murder.
It's kind of an uneasy feeling, like maybe there's some kind of rivalry going on.
Investigators don't believe the shooting was gang-related, but Cortez says the symbols are familiar.
It looks like something that I've heard before.
You know what, it was traumatic for a lot of people in my house.
Steve Lang says he still remembers the gunshots from that night, and he hopes whoever tagged the neighborhood forgets about this area.
Well, it's not a good one for us. It means they're going to be back. It doesn't that, I mean, that seems like what it's going to be is they're going to be back.
For these neighbors, it's a reminder of laws being broken, a life lost, and a chain they're trying to break.
I believe that it's going to, somewhere or another, lead the people that are doing it to do other stuff, and they're going to end up in prison. And we don't want that.
In Imperial Beach, Travis Rice, 10 News.
Neighbors say they are filing a complaint with the city of Imperial Beach to get the graffiti removed.
Let's catch you up right now on the Now News feed. President Trump wants the NFL to suspend Marshawn Lynch for the rest of the season. Lynch's team, the Oakland Raiders, was playing the Patriots in Mexico City. Lynch stood for the Mexican anthem but sat down for the American one.
And listen to this, a watch from the first Apollo mission just got returned to the Smithsonian. The watch was stolen almost 3 decades ago and it was on loan to a museum in Ecuador. Space buffs helped track it down. Someone apparently spotted it at a watch show in Florida this year.
And for the first time ever, you'll need a reservation to visit Macy's or to visit Santa at the Macy's in New York. Of course, he's been a tradition at that famous store on 34th Street for years, but starting this year, no walk-ins allowed.
You gotta plan ahead.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, about a third of California's kids ages 10 to 17 are either overweight or obese. That's according to a new study. But the American Academy of Pediatrics says shaming kids is not the answer in all this. It's not good to say things like, don't eat that, you'll get fat. It can make them more likely to binge eat and less likely to exercise. The group also says keep things positive and focus on healthy behaviors.
This is sad. Actress and singer Della Reese has died. The Touched by an Angel star passed away at her home in California last night. She had a lot of health problems later in life, including diabetes. Della Reese rose to fame as a jazz singer and a pop singer. She was 86 years old.
Right now, Navy crews are intensifying their search for a missing submarine. The Argentine sub went missing last Wednesday off the country's coast. The U.S. Navy's Undersea Rescue Command, based here in San Diego, has now gone to Argentina to help with this search. 44 people were on board the sub.
Because of the particular type of submarine, the sailors are dependent on the batteries within that submarine. Every hour that goes by gives them less and less chance of surviving.
The Argentine Navy says it lost contact with the sub while it was on a routine trip from base to base. Now, one theory is that a fire may have knocked out the sub's power, cutting off its communications center. We'll take a look. An unusual welcome sign causing a social media firestorm. This is the river at Tampa Bay Church where pastors are promising heavily armed security ready to use deadly force if necessary. It's right on the welcome sign here. The church's well-known pastor Rodney Howard Brown posted the sign to his Instagram page after the tragedy in Sutherland Springs, Texas. He says the warning signs are a deterrent. The pastor's pro-gun post has now gone viral and it's generating, as you might imagine, heated reactions on both sides.
At the end of the day, we may ruffle some feathers, but I'd rather ruffle a couple of feathers than to count bodies.
Several of the churchgoers support the gun-toting security policy. The church attracts a massive Sunday attendance, about 1,400 members.
The tech industry, of course, is dominated by men, but a new report shows that women have better digital skills. Researchers at the Brookings Institution found that women have slightly stronger computer skills. And those researchers also found that San Diegans are in the middle of the pack when it comes to digital skills among all Americans. I'm kind of surprised that we're not higher at the top, but
you can fix my computer then, maybe. Or you can, I don't know.
Yeah, this woman not included in the study, obviously.
But
Well,
hey,
I can guarantee that. Wow, nice picture of
Yeah.
the East County there.
beautiful look there, kind of the mountain almost glowing there, highlighted in the back of that shot. And Angelica Campos joining us now to look at the evening planner tonight.
Yes, indeed. Let's break it down hour by hour. A great view all throughout the county. Some high clouds, and we'll continue to see a few more of those as we break it down hour by hour here in the evening. At the coast, 64 at 5 o'clock, dropping down to 62 by 6. By 7, it does get pretty chilly, 57 degrees. That's at the coast. We're not used to seeing numbers below 60 at the coast. Inland areas around 68 degrees at 5. Then by 6 o'clock, dropping it down to 64 at 7 o'clock, 61 degrees, and we'll see a few clouds out there, but for the most part, it's going to be fairly clear. And tonight, temperatures will get so chilly. We're going to see 40s throughout most of the county and some low 50s even near the coastal areas. So tonight, pretty chilly. We're going to warm things up by 5 to 10 degrees on Tuesday. Towards the holiday, temperatures could be anywhere from 15 to 25 degrees above the normal. I'm sure you're already thinking it. Could we break records? There's a possibility, and it could begin by tomorrow. We'll talk about the 4-day forecast in a bit.
Thank you, Angelica. An ominous message online. The strange woman warning San Diegans of grisly accidents on Facebook, and she's legit. More on that. Plus.
Oh, you're half too big.
Time to act fast. The clock that's ticking on a popular San Diego tradition. We'll see you in 2 minutes.
San Diego's biggest stories, starting today on 10 News This Morning.
It's a semi versus a motorcycle. That's the information that we have so far.
A crepe cart going up in flames at Horton Plaza.
There have been 2 fires in this general area here this morning.
The problem is some of the people who go this way never come back.
Just 3 days before Thanksgiving, nearly 330 sailors will leave port.
Watch 10 News tomorrow morning, connecting you to San Diego.
Welcome back to the Now San Diego. The clock is ticking if you and your family are looking to burn off some calories with a turkey trot this Thanksgiving. There are at least 9 of them from the South Bay to Oceanside, but you have to register for most of them. And I want to show you this list that we pulled up on our website, 10news.com. And for some of them, the deadline is today to register. So we've put together this list, again, 10news.com, of all the different runs from Coronado to Encinitas and Fallbrook to Oceanside as well to help you out. Just head to the lifestyle section of 10news.com.
It's good info, and this is too. Right now, around 2/3 of the cars in the U.S. with those defective Takata airbags, they still have not been fixed. So now there's a new push to get you to do it. In fact, Honda shared information with Facebook about the people who have not gotten their airbags fixed, and starting today, Facebook is using that information to target those people with ads. What you'll see is a video on the page which basically features this woman. She was seriously hurt by an exploding Takata airbag and almost lost an eye. That's how serious it was when that Civic airbag exploded after a crash.
I'm lucky to be alive. Others haven't been so fortunate. I don't want this to happen to you or your loved ones.
Right now, 34 million cars are under recall for defective Takata airbags, and more are set to be recalled by 2019.
Well, Disneyland getting rid of the Southern California Pass. The loophole, though, some of you can use to keep the discount.
And this woman, now in a wheelchair, her warning about the Brazilian butt lift. Plus,
I found that running really just helped me escape everything.
Find your happiness. Running is one way to do it. The easy alternative that works too.
And I have your holiday forecast, a Thanksgiving outlook that could have you heading to the beach.
this is not something you want to see at your day at the beach. A crocodile just on the shore there, and sadly it appeared to be not alive. It was found in the sand in a beach in Florida, and it was just basically sitting there. Wait, no it wasn't. It looks like it's crawling there. Not sure what happened there. I guess it came alive. Police basically taped off the area. They are investigating. They're trying to see what happened to this gator. Everybody thought it was dead, and then it started moving.
Oh, that's even scarier.
It's
then.
even worse.
Oof, yeah. Well, listen to this. Disneyland getting rid of a popular annual pass for us here in San Diego and across Southern California. The theme park announcing it's no longer going to sell its Southern California annual pass. The $469 pass will not be available to new customers, but people who currently have the pass or who have had their pass recently expire, you are still going to be able to renew. This passport was previously removed in 2014, but Disney brought it back again last year.
I woke up and I said, you know, I can't feel my legs and feet.
That's Rolanda Hutton, and she says the doctors told her she'll never walk again. She says she ended up in a wheelchair and paralyzed after surgery for a Brazilian butt lift. She went to the Dallas Plastic Surgery Institute for injections, she says. She and her attorney say that the doctor basically injected too much fat into her gluteal muscles, and that put too much pressure on her sciatic nerve. So now she's confined to that wheelchair, she says, and she wants to warn other women.
I just want people to realize, to see what people have to go through, because it's not easy.
She's also suing the doctor and the surgery center for millions of dollars. She says she needs help with care because, as we said, she's no longer able to walk again. And that's the prognosis for the future as well. Well, it is one of the most infamous crime mysteries in modern history. The FBI now releasing new documents in the D.B. Cooper hijacking case. One private investigator thinks that Cooper is still alive and well here in San Diego. These new documents include a carbon copy of a letter sent to major newspapers in the weeks after that hijacking on November 24th, 1971. In the letter, Cooper admits to taking over a Northwest Airlines flight and stealing $200,000. Some think that Cooper is a man named Robert Rackstraw who lives in San Diego now.
I have him denying it to people, and I have him saying he is Cooper. He plays the game.
Friday marks the 46th anniversary of the hijacking. Ariel.
Well, Ann, I'm here in the newsroom shopping on a lot of minds this week, of course, with Black Friday coming up. And we've got a story that 10 News reporter Amanda Brandeis is working on for 5 o'clock. PB trying to bring back some business.
Yeah, definitely. I've been talking to people who live in PB, they work in PB, they love PB, but they say they need to grow and evolve moving into the future to keep business coming. So they're looking to make it more user-friendly. They want to make it more friendly for pedestrians, for bicyclists. They want this to be a place where you can come and have an experience. So I'm taking a look into this and how you can also provide your input. That's what they really want, is to hear from the community.
Okay, interesting to see what plans they have in the works, Amanda. That's coming up at 5 o'clock. Ann?
All right, Ariel, this is interesting too. We all know exercising has obviously amazing benefits for your body, but what about the mind? This woman behind me says running saved her life. And if you're not a runner, there's other things you can do too. Here's the Now's Kamasi errand.
Dynamic stretching is very good.
This is something Amy Desane has been doing for quite a while.
Oh gosh, decades.
Getting ready?
It's that feeling of like adrenaline and endorphins.
To run.
When I was in high school and most people were sneaking out in the middle of the night to go to parties or whatever, I actually would sneak out of my house to go for a run.
And since she can remember, hitting the pavement was about more than getting a runner's high.
I had a pretty rocky upbringing. I had a volatile relationship with my father, and I found that running really just helped me escape everything.
When an injury grounded Amy freshman year of college, she not only lost running, but lost herself.
I had a really bad bout of depression. I started